but he probably won't be there.
He's coming. He's coming, or we're done. He's coming, or we're done.
The dates have been moved. The dates have been moved, and I will promise you guys, you will see Zach Nannini at the 77th State Shoot in Nevada next year in Las Vegas. So
you heard it here first.
This is if
he doesn't come.
If
you don't come, you owe John and I and Chris $500 each.
Hey, you know what? I'd rather come to every shoot than ever give you a nickel.
Welcome to Season 3 of Trap Talk.
Brought to you by Krieghoff, the choice of champions.
Welcome back to another episode of Trap Talk from the Back Fence. I'm your host, Zach Nannini, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Richard Marshall Jr., the one and only. Today he's running the Krieghoff hat. He's got the Freston Special, the Outlaw Engineering, and we've also got the world's greatest shooting producer, Shotco Productions himself, Mr. John Slinker. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, good to be here with you guys so I can keep you guys in line.
You know, that's going to be hard to do. It's like the blind leading the blind. That's what they say.
We need help. It's okay.
Yeah.
So guys, rarely do we get the three of us together, but our great producer John came up with the idea of doing a little bit of a recap episode for the holidays, just to say thank you and to reflect back on all of the success we've had this year, all the people we've interviewed, and all the things we've done, and just say thank you to everyone involved with this journey and this process of listening to the show and repping merch, repping brands, and going to trap shoots and making trap great again. So we're excited to just have a little bit of fun tonight and go into some stories and go from there. But Ricky, how's your holiday season going?
Good. Just been kind of busy and still teaching. So I leave next week to head to Atlanta and do some lessons.
There you go.
For Christmas. So, yeah. So it's just been busy. Things been planned out for over a year and just had some small little health stuff going on with Tyler, and he's all good now. So that's a blessing. And so, yeah, it's been a rough last couple of months, though, with Jody's twin brother passing. A lot of people don't know that, but her twin had passed, and so that's been a tough time on the family. But, he's in a better place.
Never easy to lose a loved one.
No.
Yeah.
That's all. You got your loved ones, hold them tight, and you just never know when there's another today or tomorrow. So.
Yeah, and the power of television, he will already be back from Atlanta by the time you guys are listening to this, because we're recording it a little early. Yeah. I think, what's our release date on this, John, like the 22nd?
No, this will come out on the 20th, so right before Christmas.
It's the day I'm leaving.
Happy 20th, everybody.
Yeah.
I'll be on an aeroplane to Atlanta.
So Mr. John, what would you like to know today? I mean, what's on your mind? Where are we at?
Well, I thought, kind of like what you said, that it's been just a huge amount of support from the fans this year, a huge amount of growth for the podcast in general. And you guys have had the opportunity to talk to a ton of legends and, just kind of really all three of us, and Chris too. So all four of us working really hard to, promote trap shooting. And really, it's just kind of a look back on 2024. I mean, from my side, as you guys know, Tish and I took a huge trip this summer with you guys that we had never done before. We were on the road for 14 weeks with you guys. So a lot of stories there. Yep, we're still together. The dogs are fine. Everything's good. A lot of adventures this year for sure.
I think that was, a wonderful time. And, this was the first year that we really went, I would say, global with Trap Talk, where we're like, okay, we're going to do this the right way. Because last year when we were shooting stuff, we were kind of shooting it as we shot it, but we weren't always in the same spot. And we didn't have a schedule or have, people slotted at the shoots. And I think the big benefit that we did this year was, John obviously made the financial commitment, the time commitment to say, okay, I'm going to come out to the Midwest. So, he was out here with us, and him and Tish all summer long. And I remember when we met up at Illinois, That was fantastic. We got to shoot the Illinois State shoot all together. You know, we had 2 squads because there was 10 of us. You had Ricky's squad, and then me and John and Tish, and we shot. And one of my favorite nights was when we went to that Ariston Cafe, and then they brought all those desserts out. I mean, it was like the dessert tray. And if you haven't been to the Ariston Cafe, I'm telling you, folks, you go to Brittany, Bunker Hill, and you shoot there, and go to Ariston. And they have the greatest prime rib for the price, and then they have this dessert tray that they come out with, and every one of those desserts on there is 100% homemade. And we were like rolling out of the restaurants by the time we got all that food in us that night.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was good eats. I'll put the link down below here to the cafe for everybody. I remember when we you, me, and Tish actually snuck out again to the cafe, grabbed some desserts. We got the desserts to go because, of course, when you leave this place, you're stuffed. You can't even eat them, even if we were splitting them. And I'm bringing them back to Zach's RV, and Justin Debris is in there, and Zach's telling me, don't bring these in. He's going to know immediately. I'm like, Zach, he's not going to know. I've got him in a bag. He's never going to know. I made it a half step inside of the RV, and Justin was like, where'd you get those desserts?
Yeah. See, Justin's a smart cookie. So, like, I knew I told you, hey, this is an undercover trip. We're going to go under the radar. Ricky's got to shoot off. We can slide out. Yeah. We can go get these desserts. And we can get it done, and nobody will know, and have a nice little quick dinner. You know, we're rolling. I remember Tish is in the back of the Jeep because you don't have the seats, so she's sitting in the back, and I feel bad because I'm not in the back because I'm like, hey, should I get in the back? And they're like, no. And sit in the back and kind of roll. Yeah. And we get these desserts, and just like John says, it's the nanosecond that he walks in and he tries to hand me this doggy bag. Justin's like, I want those desserts, and he opens it up, and he's just mowing down on those damn desserts. And this is after I fed him because there was multiple people in the shoot-off. So what I did was I had some tortellini that Mama Nini gave me and some red sauce, and I heated that up and made a little pasta dish. You know, Italian can throw together a dinner for 10 people in about 10 minutes. And Justin came over, all the kids, and Amber, and I had a little bit of food. But those are just kind of the behind the scenes. You're organizing us left and right to do all this content, and then after the fact, we're having fun and we're enjoying ourselves, which is a good time.
But that's a good point. Like these parks that I've never had a chance to go to, so I was experiencing a lot of them for the first time with you guys. And it really just kind of like reinvigorates you on trap shooting and the community of trap shooting and some of these iconic spots that, I mean, amazing things have happened at, right? Rick has done, tons of shoot-offs at and won stuff at, and you guys have competed at. And going for the first time and seeing it and experiencing those clubs like Brittany was awesome. Yeah, I mean, they're worth the trip. If we, a lot of us in the Western Zone don't make that trip a lot, but I will tell everybody it is worth the trip to go out there and experience those shoots. And I learned a lot,
Brittany Park,
No, yeah.
Lauren's grandpa, Larry Moore, I met him years ago when the first time I went there, I think probably before Zach was born. But, it's always been a great place to shoot. And then we headed to Ohio State Shoot Cardinal Center.
Yep.
Which you can't beat shooting at the Cardinal Center. And then John, we went back to Nebraska State shoot. Zach went home. You went on and shot Michigan.
Yeah, which I grew up in Michigan when I was younger. I lived right outside of Grand Rapids, but I was young. I wasn't shooting trap at the time. And we decided, hey, we're out here. We're not going to, make the trip home and come back out. So we went up to the Michigan State shoot. We had a great time. The hospitality there was amazing. The club was super fun. And we got to see Daryl, our guest from last week's episode.
Episode 103.
Get inducted into the Hall of Fame. So that was really cool experience. We had a great time out there. Yeah, Michigan was awesome.
Yeah, so my run went Illinois, Ohio, and then I had a little bit of a hiatus, if you will, until basically the Grand. I think. I don't think I shot anywhere in between. It just because what I did was I went Missouri, U.S. Open, Illinois, and then Ohio. So it was like a 4-week run where I went, and then I'm like, okay, I need a little break. And you guys kept going. We still shot some content along the way, and then rolled into the Grand. And I think, my favorite memory of the year, I mean, for me at least. All right, folks, we got to take a quick second and give a huge shout out to our title sponsor, Krieghoff. Me and Ricky both shoot him. We both love him.
Yeah, best gun in the industry. I shoot them. I sell them. Nothing better, folks. Get yourself a Krieghoff. Your scores will increase.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky's got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds with his. I mean, I've got a few hundreds, but I'm always working to get a little bit better, and they definitely help me, that's for sure. So on top of that, we also got to thank Winnig. I'm wearing the shirt today. Love this shirt. If you're down at the Grand, pick one up.
Yeah, Winnig, like I said, Zach, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds with my Winnig stock. Get a hold of Bobby, Luke, Bill, get an appointment set up. They will make you a better shooter with that Winnig stock.
Of course, yeah, the Grand's the great place to do it. Give them a call, get on their book. It's worth your time.
Just remember, winners shoot Winnigs.
With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
Was just getting the studio set up at the Grand because we were able to secure the contract with the IDNR, which was not the easiest thing in the world. We spent a lot of time typing that out and getting that submitted, and then you had to sweat to basically worry, okay, we knew some other people were bidding on it, right? So we're like, are we gonna get enough of bid in that we actually get the store? And then once we got the store, then it was like, okay, at first I walk in there and I look at it and I'm like, yeah, this is great. We're ready. It's a podcast studio. And John says, yeah, no, this whole place needs to be completely redone. He says, this is not going to work. Yeah. He says, and so, my Italian mind is like, okay, maybe we put some fresh paint on and maybe throw down a carpet, $1,000 or whatever. John's like, no, we need professional help. We ended up getting Dad, and he's a painting contractor, owns Master Brush Painting, and he's like, hey, I can do this, but new ceiling tiles, do the walls, countless trips, and I can say he probably spent a good 3 weeks in there with a couple guys, renovating that room and getting it family friendly for what we're using it for, but I had so much fun.
Hey, Zach, the best part of that whole deal with refabbing that building, honestly, the best part was, John, is we got to see Zach work. Big Daddy put in, it was a Mexican sweatshop. Zach
I saw it firsthand, Ricky. I saw it firsthand.
It was one of the worst experiences of my life. I'll say that because this is the deal. When you work for Big Daddy, you don't work for wages. Big Daddy says you go, you do this, you do that, and there's no wages for me. He's got other guys, they're getting paid. Everybody else is getting paid. But when I got to go do it, when I'm loading the U-Haul truck and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, he's like, oh, that's just part of, I'm like a free indentured labor on this deal. And I said, this isn't working. I said, I'm the guy hiring here on this side of the situation. We should hire some people to do my job. He's like, no. Yeah. We don't want to raise up your costs. That'll lead into the profit.
We don't want to blow the profit margin.
Yeah,
but you're right. We made some really great memories in there, some great podcasts in there. You guys had Kay in there. I mean, that's just right there.
What do you remember from Kay, Ricky? I mean, that episode, it went 2 hours. So
it did. It was honestly, it was hard. I talk a lot. Zach talks a lot too. But when we're doing the podcast, he's wanting to go. And so I was like, shut up and let him talk. And Kay just so many great stories and just, honestly, it was just epic, to hear a lot of the stories. And honestly, I wish we could get all the legends in there and get on the show just to tell their story of shooting, what they've been through, what they've seen and all that. Because, the shooters deserve to hear that and preserve that for the future of our sport.
So this is my ask. If you listen to Trap Talk and a great, I want you to harass them. I want you to just tell them hey, you need to get on the show. I don't care what you're thinking, this, that, and the other thing, because we're trying to document history and we're trying to give back to the sport. And if there's somebody out there that's, a walking legend and they haven't done the show, I don't know why they wouldn't, because, growing up, I never had access to anything like this, and hopefully for the next however many generations of trap shooters, there's going to be people tuning in and listening to this stuff, and it'll probably be like, wow, they were so much little technology back 100 years ago. But yeah, I think the other thing that was kind of cool that we did, and just to highlight the sponsors a little bit, is when we had the event at the Grand, we had the hot dog roast, and we were giving out, the gold and silver bars. We gave out the entries to the Grand. We had those kids. I want to specifically say thank you to everyone that donated the targets for the kids. Thank you to Ricky for doing that also, and thank you to Prescott at Midstate Precious Metals. I mean, he's the one who gave us the stuff. I mean, really, I think we gave away a shot tracker. I mean, at the end of the day, just thank these guys, because they're giving us this stuff, and we're giving it to you. We're not, we're not doing anything with it. We're just, we get product and we give product.
John, profit. Zach, you never know, but hey, no.
It's a good point.
We call those management fees, but
Zach is right on this, folks. Listen, thank all our sponsors, and we'll list them all out. But when you get a chance, they have been so gracious and helping us in our journey of trying to make trap great again, and document everything and just have a good time. Like I said, make trap shooting great again. Have fun at these shoots and, the Grand event. Yeah, we had a blast with the cookout, and I had so many people afterwards, even days later, were like, hey, that was really awesome what you guys did. And I said, well, we're just trying to help out and do our little part that we can.
The next thing that I think was
those ones, though, right? I mean, you got to support these companies. I think if we get it out to Trap Talk Nation here, guys, support the ones who are supporting your sport that you love. Right. I mean, that's what keeps it going for sure. We're going and asking, we're going out with our hands out and saying, hey, will you sponsor some stuff? Will you give us some stuff to give away to the shooters? Because we know you're traveling out to these shoots, you're spending money. You're taking that time away from work, and these companies that are involved in the industry, if they'll give back and put more back into the shoots, then the shoot grows and people have fun, and we're doing whatever we can to be a part of that for everybody. But yeah, shout out to Shot Tracker and Midstate. White Flyer came out and gave away a bunch of stuff.
Krieghoff gave us a bunch of shirts to give away and hats. Chrissy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like everybody really stepped up at the
and Daryl Hayes even brought us like 5 sausages, so we appreciate Daryl for that. That was they were big. I don't know where he got these sausages, maybe Costco, but these things, they dwarf the hot dogs that we had.
Yeah.
I said, really, D?
Special shout out to Daryl. Yeah.
I said that ain't right, but it is what it is. Yeah. So I mean, focusing on, kind of where our big event successes were, I feel like first big event success of the year was the live show that we did at the Spring Grand. I think.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was then highlighting the sponsors. We did in person, right? And I will say this, that was harder than I thought it would be, because we were asking a couple questions, and there was like not a lot of questions to ask. So you're like, the secret to live events is you got to have some audience participation. So that was just a little bit of a learning curve on my end, but we kept it moving and we kept it going, and I think it ended up being really good. We got to see Bananas.
And shout out to Tucson Trap and Skeet for letting us use a field and set everything up. So that was awesome. Yeah, and Ryan Castani was out there from Shotguns West. He gave away some Pilas. I mean, it was that was a really fun way to kick the year off. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So in my mind, I'm just kind of like reflecting the whole way through. But we had Spring Grand, the Reed, we had Veneas come out, all those giveaways. Then we really didn't do any more giveaways again until the next big thing was Ohio, which was the back fence shootout. And so we had,
which was awesome.
John had a ton of promo going into that. I know Ricky was really involved in that also with Joe, and And then a lot of our sponsors were there. Gun and Trophy. I mean, they did a great job on those bags.
Yeah.
Again, Prescott jumped out with the gold. There hasn't been one event that we've done where Prescott hasn't donated something. And I just want to highlight that because, I mean, it's not cheap to donate gold and silver because it's gold and silver, right? So at the end of the day, he's done that every single event that we've had, just giving it to us. And and I remember we had some Kickies stuff too, didn't we? Like a bunch of shirts and hats and stuff.
Yeah, we gave away a bunch of
Kickies did all those Spring Grant t-shirts and stuff, and we're gonna, hopefully they'll help us out again this year. We're gonna chat with them and get them on board, and I think this next season is gonna be great compared to last season. Hopefully we can do a little better.
Yeah, bigger and better.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, as long as we're providing quality content, I mean, that's our mission. That's, in my mind, at the beginning, I'm like, okay, what are we trying to do? The best content we can for the listeners with a zero-cost platform while growing the sport of trap shooting. Because at the end of the day, that's what I want. We want the records, we want the stories, we want all the fun, and we want the promotion of the game so that people get excited about it. Because with what we were doing at the Spring Grand, by the time the Grand rolled around, there was people that came to the Grand that were excited because they're like, oh, thank you so much for doing this. It got me back into the sport again. I listened to the episodes. I wanted to, come out and shoot again. And I mean, I guess since it's the holiday season, this is going to be the Zach Nannini Ask episode. First, I already asked you one thing. Now I'm going to ask for another thing.
This is the season of giving.
This is the season of giving. So these are my you giving to us, helping. If you came back to the ATA, or you're shooting ATA again because of Trap Talk, and you've got a delegate or you've got a state representative, and you're willing to tell them, or you're willing to write them a letter, or anything of that sort, it would be really helpful for us because we're working on trying to promote trap shooting at the highest levels possible. And the best way for us to do it is through your guys' voice. So if you can echo what this is doing, and because we've heard it through kind emails, through walking up and saying thank you, through all that stuff, and we love it, keep it coming. We enjoy it. It helps us and gives us the fuel to move forward. But if there's anybody that's not listening to it, or if there's anybody affiliated with the ATA that you're like, hey, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing, because we'd like to be able to promote it even more. And I think, until people understand what we're trying to do fully, it's going to be hard for us to promote it more than what we're doing just on our level.
That is correct.
For sure.
We need to, and here's the one thing, and I'll say is, I know hopefully we can do some more giveaways. We're going to have the back fence shootout at Ohio again.
And in Nevada, right, John?
Breaking news at the Nevada State. At the 77th, we'll also have a back fence shootout. So stay tuned for that.
He's going to come, but he probably won't be there.
He's coming. He's coming, or we're done. He's coming, or we're done.
The dates have been moved. The dates have been moved, and I will promise you guys, you will see Zach Nannini at the 77th State Shoot in Nevada next year in Las Vegas. So
you heard it here first.
This is
if he doesn't come.
If you don't come, you owe John and I and Chris $500 each.
Hey, you know what? I'd rather come to every shoot than ever give you a nickel. We got another sponsor we got to thank. Shotguns West, the Pilas, baby. Check out these wings. Ricky don't got these. He ain't that stylish.
Folks, listen, Zach tries to wear these driving down the road, doing podcasts. It's okay. We still love it.
When you look good, you don't have to apologize. Remember that. Not only can you hit more targets, but you can look good doing it. Give Ryan a call.
That's right.
With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
Also, we've got Midstate Precious Metals, Ron Prescott. He's a great guy for all your gold and silver needs. Ricky, tell him about our friend.
Yeah, Ron, he graciously donated a 10-ounce silver bar to our live in-person podcast in Tucson. And, he has everything. I bought a bunch of silver from him. We got our silver and gold for the fun day at the Nevada State Shoot on Monday this year. John got all the silver and gold for the Nevada State Shoot. So look him up for your silver and gold needs. He'll give you the best price out there.
He really is, and he's a friend of the trap shooters. I mean, he's looking to get gold and silver to these gun clubs for their shoots at the lowest price across the country. He's doing them a service and helping grow the sport. So, thank you so much for that, Ron.
Yeah, thank you, Ron. We appreciate it.
With that being said,
let's get to the show.
I'll show up, walk in the clubhouse, say hi to everybody, and fly home before I give you $500.
Good. You know what? That'll be good. Then I don't have to deal with you. It'll be fine.
All right, so this is booked. Yep. I mean, all parties have agreed. Zach has got to pay if he doesn't show up. But I'm just going to tell you this right now: if he doesn't show up at the 77th, we're just done personally.
It's game over. They've been 2
years in a row.
They've been holding me down over the fires, telling me I'm missing the greatest shoot ever. I'm like, how great can it be if it's Rich Bullard's state shoot? I don't see it, but I'm seeing big buckles. I'm seeing big trophies. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff.
How much is your pocketbook going to lose if Rich Bullard pulls out?
It's not going to be pretty, folks.
Have you seen Team Nanini down shooting a Mossberg 500?
Yeah.
Thanks God for Krieghoff and Remington to keep me rolling.
Oh, that's funny. Well, so I think everything turned out great. I think we could maybe do a few things better next year.
We learned a lot. Yeah, we learned a lot.
Absolutely. Sure. And I really believe, that all the content we did everywhere was good. Like we talked about the Grand. I think we're going to update the lighting at the Grand a little bit. Maybe get a boom mic so Zach has something he can look up to or something. But
well, you got to protect the audio. You got to protect the visual. We learned a lot about the space and how to make it better next year. And that's just how everything goes. You just
and I think more consistency for me and Ricky being there for signings and having a little bit more of a schedule. I mean, this year, thank you guys for being patient with us, and we're doing as best as we can with our schedule. But this was first time with the studio. This is first time, really doing a lot of this stuff, and we're learning as we go, and we're trying to get better so that this stuff stays fun and is interesting. And if there's anything that you guys want out of us, let us know. I mean, email me, John, Ricky, the show, and say, hey, why aren't you doing this episode? Or, what do you think about that? I know I want to keep doing the listener questions. I know John says we've got them coming in still, but keep those coming, guys. I mean, let's get some.
The best thing to do is send it to John, I think, because Zach and I get so bombarded with everything else.
Yeah.
So if there's anything, because John will highlight it and be like, hey, guys. Yeah. Then he's on us versus us trying to police ourselves.
Here's my email, everybody.
Send some. I want some listener questions while you're sitting there drinking eggnog, thinking about how your prime rib's going to taste for Christmas. I want you to kick out some questions, send them out to John, and we're gonna jump on them. And I think at the beginning of January we're gonna hit a couple back-to-back listener question episodes because I know you guys really love those and getting those knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah. To that point, too, guys. Just a shout out to the listeners. They've been very active in the comments. They've been leaving messages. They've been leaving likes. They've been subscribing. We're over 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're getting hundreds of thousands of views across all the channels. So definitely shout out to all the subscribers and fans. They've definitely been doing that. So yeah, we really appreciate all that support. It's been really cool.
And a shout out to Dan Power from Australia. He just sent us a couple messages. Dan will be at the Grand this year again. Nice. He's coming back. So that'll be good to see
Very
Dan.
Cool.
I want to say one thing is, it was a great year. But the Grand was kind of crazy with everything going on. And then, I lost one of my good friends, Steve Brink, right before there, who I sold guns for. And, he was a show sponsor. Game Masters 2 was. So a shout out to Steve, and we miss him, and it was a tough Grand with everything going on, but we got through it, and it's hopefully 2025 will bring more happiness and more clay targets broken.
For sure, and it will.
Yeah.
And
Steve will be missed for sure.
Yeah. We'll miss him. He was a great guy, a great show sponsor. I mean, they always did everything for everybody, and you can't fill his shoes. So I mean, there's nothing else you could say other than that.
His nickname was Yeti. I gave him that nickname some years ago. But yeah, he was dearly missed and is, and and just a shout out to Steve and his family. Prayers to them with everything that's happened. So.
Yeah, there was a lot of highs and lows this year. I mean, there was just new things that you guys were able to get done and accomplish and grow, and then there's just some moments of just heartache and hard times in there too. It was
there always is.
Dynamic year.
There always is, and I know John has to deal with the heartache of dealing with me and Ricky all the time, so that's not easy. I mean, so everybody send.
Here's to you, John.
Yeah, John, thanks for that. I mean, because we're not the easiest people to manage. I mean, we got 3 type A's over here, and it's not necessarily like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it my way. Like, oh no, we're not. So you got 3 people. 3 people that say we're gonna do it my way, and you're trying to make it work. But
I think one of us with the black.
We're doing it.
Yeah, there's only one guy with the blackmail files, so
correct.
Leverage, guys.
You
leverage.
never
always use leverage.
Don't matter to me, John. I'm good.
I know you're clean. It's mostly a Zach file.
Never piss John off. That's all I could say. But
receipts, people, always keep the receipts.
Receipts are important. Receipts are important. So moving into 2025, I mean, I know we basically capped off Ohio, the Grand. We went to the autumn, but we didn't. The autumn we didn't really have any events.
Back up.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
You can't leave out
You can't.
I forgot the Heartland Grand.
Yeah, you can't skip over Dale's.
Dale, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's Zach.
Dale, that sponsorship money you're sending me, you don't have to send it anymore. It's gone.
Send it back.
Listen,
hey, Dale.
And Dale he put in 2 more traps.
I was just going to say, that's right. He's putting in more traps. Yeah.
Folks, you need to come and support Dale. And since we're on this talk with Dale, I'm going to tell you guys this. I know we talked a little bit about it, and I've told a few people, but I'm going to give away targets for the overall arm shooting clinics and Jody Marshall. Well, she's part owner, so. But we're going to give.
She might even be majority owner.
Yeah, she could. No. I'm going to give away we are going to give away a overall entry for the Heartland Grand for 2020.
Awesome.
So I've decided that I want to try to give back to some clubs that are family owned. So they have some big shoots and stuff like that. So for sure going to do that there. And then I got a couple other possibilities kicking around that I might do that we'll talk about and then we'll announce. But for sure I'm going to do the Heartland Grand because Dale needs all the support and help he can get. He's got a vision. He's had a vision since I was 13 years old and my first trip over there 37 years ago. And it was just a small little gun club. And now he's grown it. And he just, they always said, how do you, blow through a farm? You build a gun club. So he's but he has such a great venue and all the after hour stuff. And, the nights we sat in there and played cards. I mean, I wish we'd have got a picture of Dale just slumped in the chair.
Yeah.
We were like, Dale, we'll leave. Oh no, you guys are good. I want you in here. And that's the type of clubs you want to go to. So
it really is.
It's my favorite satellite Grand of the year. I mean, for me, I love going to the Heartland. You get the most targets in. You get the most meals, dinners, events.
That's the only reason.
The points, baby. Dale gets it. You can shoot. If we get that thing to a 5, Zach Nannini's gonna love it. I mean, it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be perfect.
I'll tell you guys this. Dale is my shoot mentor. Right, the free meals every night. I learned that from Dale. Do something every night for all those people who travel in. I learned that from Dale. And Tish and I had the opportunity this summer as we went out there between shoots and we're out there when there was nobody there. It was just us and Dale and the dogs. And we're helping Dale film some videos with training some of the kids, because he gets the students to come in, the Ellsworth students to come in, those athletes to come in and help him run the shoot and do the scoring and the loading. So I was helping him make some videos and training videos, and it was just us and Dale out there. And it was a magical experience, really. The property's amazing. It was our first time competing there, first time going there. And like these guys are saying, you have to do it. It has to be at the top of your bucket list. You have to go to Dale's. It's an amazing spot. And Dale is one of the best hosts in trap shooting that you will ever meet in your entire life. Hands down, guaranteed. You will have a good time and you'll be taken care of out there. And Dale appreciates you being there, and he shows you that like every single day. Love that guy. Love that club. You have to go.
You can't miss it.
Speaking of that, what you just said is you got Dale that does this at the Heartland. You have Sean Hawley that does it at the Western Grand. All the games, the fun stuff, and, and there's some free dinners out there.
Another mentor,
And then you have Nevada State Shoot.
All right, folks, we got to take a real quick break and acknowledge the official target of the ATA, White Flyer. They've been sponsoring us since the beginning, and they make a great target. What do you think, Rick?
It's the best target in the ATA. Shout out to everybody there, all the reps, Bill Daniels, Josh Taylor, Nick Arnold, Robert Crow, everything they do for the sport and all the shoots. Really appreciate it.
They're always there. They're always trying to make a better target, and they're always supporting the game that we love so much. All right, Trap Talk listeners, let's take a couple seconds and thank a couple more sponsors. First of all, Remington's been with us since day one. I've been shooting these shells since 2007. I shoot the Nitro 27 from the 27-yard line, ounce and eighth, 7.5, and STS, ounce and eighth, eighths for singles and doubles. They've worked great for me, as they do a lot of top shooters all around the country. Give them a try. Don't forget the Gun Club line when you're practicing and you're wanting to save a little bit of money.
We'd also like to thank another sponsor, Outlaw Engineering. Randy Freston, R2. I've known Randy since 1988. They do engineering, surveying, drafting, GIS, civil, structural, land development, wetland permitting. They do it all.
And they're friends of trap shooters. I mean, they're a trap shooting family. They've been in the ATA forever. His dad's been involved. They're involved. They're a beautiful family. They're great people. And we just love that they listen to the show, and we love that they support Trap Talk.
Yeah, his dad was past president in 1989. So I really want to thank those guys for the support. I really appreciate it here at Trap Talk.
With that being said,
let's get back to the show. That, everybody, seriously, everybody, all the directors, a shout out to all the Nevada directors, that do everything, Greg Pink and, Bob,
Linda Hand and Jeff White, Corky, Danny Talbert, our new delegate from Nevada. Everybody just really brought it this year. Yeah.
What you guys have done, and everybody, if we can do these at these shoots, Ohio State shoot with allowing us to do the back fence shootout,
another big one
Joe owns, it's great. It's bringing people together. I mean, listen, the back fence shootout with everything, the food, the people that were there, we had 263 people at that, stuff like that. This is going back to what we used to do years ago. And Steve Carmichael did that stuff, You
have to get creative, and you have to give a draw. And I think, not only do you want to shoot targets for a week, everybody wants to do that. They want to shoot good targets, but they want to have something entertaining, and they want to have that big wow factor, because at the end of the day, when you say, okay, I'm going to this shoot and there's an opportunity, I think Americans love an opportunity and a gamble. And if somebody's winning a DT10, or somebody's winning 400 ounces of silver, or somebody's winning this amazing, trophy, it's like, well, everybody has a chance at that. And there's a lot of hope at that thought. And I think people go to the shoot for that. And, anybody can have a lucky day. At this sport, anybody can have their lucky day and win over the field. I don't care if it's your first day or you're Ricky Marshall Jr. I mean, you can go out and pop a score and perform that day. I don't remember the little gal's name in Ohio, but she shot a 66 or 67 or something.
Into the final.
So,
She was the number. 9 was the number. She broke
69.
Right.
And she ran the first 25 shots in the shootout.
First 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
20. 20. She ran and she was down to the last 3 people. It was her, it was Dagan, and it was somebody else.
4 or 5.
Hey, you know,
I'll correct it.
Ricky's here to remember the actual data, but you know, let me tell my story my way, okay? So
Wrong way.
hey, this is how I believe it in my head, okay? So at the end of the day, you know, she said, "Thank you guys for doing this," and this was something I always remember. Her dad said, "Hey, thank you," because you know she finished amazing. She wasn't even going to shoot the event, but she ended up, you know, hitting the Lewis, making money, getting in the shoot off. Like, it all worked out. And, you know, she was definitely not a 27-yard shooter, but she was right there to the end with everybody else.
She was hanging.
So,
Yep. She was hanging. Yep. It was very cool. It was very cool to see her up there. And then, you know, you've got Dagan on the other field over here, winner of the event. So shout out to Dagan, of course. But I mean, I shot a, you know, 81 or something and got my money back. You know, I mean, it was just super fun out there. That whole event was a great time.
Yeah, I really loved it. And I mean, moving into 2025, you know, we've loosely talked about our schedule. You know, we've got SHOT Show on the calendar for Trap Talk.
Hey, Trop Talk listeners, let's take a quick second to thank a couple more amazing sponsors. SOS Clays Shoot Management. They're doing a fantastic job. I love the app. I love being able to see everything on my phone instantaneously. It's freaking awesome. Rick, what do you think?
Yeah, Greg Pink and his group over there. I mean, they've got majority of the satellite grands, majority of the state shoots. I think it's 40 plus state shoots they're doing. But the app, honestly, we were doing a little beta testing with that at the Spring Grand. It's awesome. You can see your squad if they paid. You know, you can see your options, your payouts. The whole works at your fingertips. Great deal. They're just
Ricky knew how much money he made before he even got off the line. He was like, "Hey, I'm buying lunch." I'm like, "Yeah, good job. We're good to go."
That's
We
right.
also got gun and trophy insurance. I mean, they're the best in the business. I know they're great price. Ricky, you're familiar with them, right?
Yeah, Cole and Larry Cushman been long-time supporters of myself, and I've been a supporter of them, and, you know, especially with my college team. You know, we require insurance. It's so fast and easy to sign up and get your insurance in literally 10 minutes. You can have your guns insured, and they're just great. They're great to deal with. Like I said, you can do your trophies also, you know, your wildlife animals and that such, and your guns. It's just a great
It's
product.
always good when you're
Great
traveling
product.
around to have that peace of mind and know that you don't have to worry about losing your stuff forever. And these are expensive things, especially when you got those Krieghoffs. You got to keep them insured. So,
Oh, exactly.
with that being said,
let's get back to the show.
The 3 of us are heading out there. We've got maybe the Spring Grand, depending on me and Rick, how that's going to look. Well,
I'll be there.
I'm in.
maybe.
John-
Maybe. Ricky said maybe the other day. He said he might do something else. We never know with him. And then
We're in.
No,
Are
my-
you in?
my
Are you in? I
football's
mean,
there. I gotta go get it.
we know we're going to do the Southern Grand and the Florida State shoot. So those are on the
be
books
awesome.
to
Yeah.
get some stuff there. And then
Coming down?
who?
no, it was the Spring Grand or Florida this year. So we're doing Spring Grand and then next year Florida. So yeah, next year I'll be with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then-
so we'll
then
be
I-
Southern and state shoot, and then Zach, what are you doing after that? Missouri.
I
right?
think my schedule tentatively in my head after that is going to be Missouri State shoot, U.S. Open, Illinois State shoot, Ohio, and then maybe whatever shoot you guys pick, one more shoot. Maybe Wisconsin, maybe, I don't know, one more shoot before the Grand. I'd like to slide in if we can do it together. And then take a little bit of break, because I like that little bit of downtime, a couple weeks off the gun before I go right into the Grand. And then the whole aim, the whole Grand, so that full 2 weeks. Then definitely going to do the full Heartland. And then from there, you know, that's the end of the target year. So moving forward after that, I really know everything after that, but for sure going to get the Nevada State shoot in. For sure going to get the Autumn Grand in, as I always do. And then, you know, I'd like to go to the Southwest. Not sure if I will or won't, because that was a good shoot last time. The only issue that I had with the Southwestern Grand last year was they only threw 200 targets a day, a couple days. And I'm like, you know, the more targets you throw, the better opportunity you get to get the points. You gotta point it up, right? So that's where I really like the program at Iowa at Dale. So, but a lot of places can't. I mean, Spring Grand's not doing it anymore. The Autumn Grand's not doing it anymore. The Southern Grand's not doing it anymore. So what?
Spring has the factor though. The spring has a 6 factor. So
is it though? I mean, is it a 5? I mean, I thought it's now.
5 or 6, so it's still bigger than if they're 4s. But so that's your schedule. So my plan is Spring Grand. Okay, actually, and this is all my stuff. So this will release. So I'm actually going to be in California right after New Year's, up in Northern California at it's the old Coon Creek.
Yep, Coon Creek Club.
No, it's changed names.
They did? Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds and
I've shot a bunch of targets there.
Yeah.
Coon Creek, yeah. It's called Golden State Shooting Centers. I'm going to be there on the 2nd and 3rd of January and doing some one-day lessons there. So if anybody's looking for some help, give me a shout out, holler. Nevada Smith.
I'm looking for help, Rick.
You need a lot of help. And then I'm going to go, I'll be there for a few days and doing an event, and then we'll do SHOT Show like we talked about. And then it'll be Spring Grand. And then I'm going to be, I think, we got like 4 days, 5 days in between the spring and the Southern. So I'll go down to shoot the Southern.
About a week. About a week. And head down, shoot the Southern and the State shoot. And then I'm going to teach March, April, May. My son graduates high school. Tyler graduates in May. So I can't go to Missouri. That's that weekend. Ryan Glow's getting married in May, the week before Missouri, I think it is. So we'll definitely have to attend that. Zach, you'll have to come up to that if you can. If he invites you, I don't know if he will. I doubt he does either. I mean, I like Ryan, but we're not that close.
No, but we'll do that, and then Vernal. I'm gonna head to V Town's my plan. As long as Tyler's graduation, we're still all up in the air on that. That day is on a Friday, but if we can get out, because we got family coming in, I think they might spend the weekend, and if that happens, we might not be able to go, and I might end up coming to the U.S. Open and stomping on Zachy a little bit just to.
Hey, come on, you stomp on me all you want, but good luck with Dagan.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, we got a place. We got a place to hang out. I mean, we got
That's
the studio
right. We
there.
got a building.
So, yeah.
So we got that, and then we'll shoot the Illinois. Now, the what's that drill? Ohio, and then Nebraska this year again is off, so I'll probably hit Nebraska. But then over the 4th of July, there's a shoot up in Canada that I was looking at going to. That Boo Thomas.
Oh, cool! Very cool.
And a couple guys up there were talking about it. It's got a pretty good shoot. So that's up in Ontario. So I might go to that. And then I'm going to try to hit Montana State shoot maybe. We'll see. So, John, I don't know if you're going to Montana.
Very cool.
It's at Billings. Great club.
I'm definitely open to it. Yeah.
That'd be
it's on our bucket list. We would definitely like to come up. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking of that. And then I don't know about Iowa for sure, but Zach, we have the PITA Grand Pacific shoot.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think we should show up at. So, and we'll get details.
I'd like
on that
to go.
later.
I mean,
so
Bend Trap Club in Bend, Oregon.
Yep. So we'll see about going to that, and then we got the Grand, and then of course the Heartland, and then the Autumn Grand, and then Big
New Year.
But, in September also. There's a shoot up in Canada over Labor Day that's up in Vernon, British Columbia. That's got a pretty good Calcutta, they say. So I might try to head up there. So that might be something, Zach, if you can get away too, but you're too busy. So.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, I gotta be here with the little people while you guys travel the world, but it's okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to 2025.
Like George Strait says, you know, you just gotta keep it. No, it's Garth Brooks. The roots. You gotta keep it to your roots.
Oh, okay.
He don't
All
even
right.
know
Yeah,
who says-
don't get too far from home, Zach.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So-
well, hey guys, I'm looking forward to 2025. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to be at as many of those shoots with you guys as possible. You know, helping us get a lot of great content for everybody. So that'll be definitely exciting. And since this comes out on December 20th, I wish everybody a very happy, Merry Christmas with your families. I hope everybody has a great holiday season. And then if we don't talk to you, I mean, obviously, Happy New Year, right?
Yeah, Merry
Yeah,
Christmas. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's. We love you guys. I mean, we wouldn't do this if you guys didn't support us and didn't listen. If we had 3 people listen every week, we probably wouldn't do the show. So, because it's definitely
Four we're in.
Well, listen, and it is right, John. But I'd like to give a shout out to all our sponsors, our show sponsors,
Yeah.
my personal sponsors. I wouldn't be able to do this lovely sport without them, and especially the support of my family, my wife and my kids and parents and everybody that, and you guys. I mean, without you two, we wouldn't have, I tell everybody every day, Zach, this was Zach's idea. And at first he was like, I think it'll be good. I'm like, this ain't going to work. And I was the first episode 1. And then Zach's like, you got to be in this. I was like, oh my God, I'm so busy, and it's turned out great. It's helped with everything. But honestly,
Yeah.
without John, it wouldn't be to where we are now, and
Correct.
But in all honesty,
it's all been a blessing.
Effort, guys. Team effort for sure. Yeah. Team effort.
It's all been a blessing, and it's all been part of the plan.
Our show sponsors, Winnig, our title sponsor, Krieghoff.
Yeah.
We got Remington, Shot Tracker, 73 Pointers Ranch, Midstate Precious Metals, White Flyer.
Yeah.
R2, Outlaw Engineering.
Yeah. Outlaw Engineering.
Yep.
Randy Freston.
Yeah, I mean,
second. It's great.
Yep.
I mean, listen, folks, we
We
got
got
people that
Ryan
are,
Castani supported us this year.
Yep. With Shotguns West, with PITA sponsor.
Shotguns West for the Pilas. We had Game Masters too. Steve Brink,
Masters.
he was with us. This was his year.
Yep.
And I mean, is that all of them? We have a few more.
Well, you got Greg Pink over at SOS Clays.
Greg,
He's
yeah,
been
SOS.
always
Get that.
supporting the show, helping us. Yeah. Helping us out
SOS
there.
SOS is probably my favorite piece of technology for trap shooting in 2024, and like the greatest innovation since the Canterbury and the Pat Trap. Like, you're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you guys some inside scoop here too. That he's putting pre-squat in there, he's putting prepay in there, he's putting all your options money in there. I mean, the app is. I mean, Rick, you've been using it. I mean,
this app. I mean, the last shoot I was, and hey, I want to give a shout out to the PITA. Okay, I shot the Arizona State PITA shoot right after the Autumn Grand because Bullard told me to stay. Then he wished I wouldn't have because I got him by 1 in the overall too.
because you beat him by 1 bird.
Feel good to get him and the Nini. No, but in all honesty, a shout out to everybody at the PITA. I shot that. I broke 100 straight. I got my first 100 straight pin in the PITA, but I tied and won the handicap that first day, I guess. So I got my 27-yard pin, and it was from the PITA. I was like, that's pretty cool. So I am going to come to the PITA group, whether Zach comes or not. I will be there. I don't know if I'll be there for the whole week. At least probably Wednesday on, maybe, or something.
I think me and you come in and we shoot Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
And
we
then
could.
head to the Grand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm game. I'm gonna fly in.
The only problem with it is I think it's during AIM weekend, is it not?
It's definitely
no.
right before the Grand. So we'll have to see where they
Is
place
it 1 week?
Yeah, I think it's
1 week before that. Or is it like?
I think so. I think it's 1 week before.
If it's 1 week before I'm in, it's just, that weekend of travel, is for me because I got to get the whole, compound all set up over there. It becomes hard, but I really would like to go.
What's the dates of the AIM? Does anybody know?
I can tell you here in a second.
The internet knows.
The internet does.
We'll cut this part out, folks. Don't wait on us and our searching abilities.
Well, July 30th starts the prelim. So if it's July
27th through the 31st was 2023. July 23rd through, it's July 24th through the 28th, 2025.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Here's the deal, Zach. Listen, we'll be there on the 28th on Monday, and that's when we opened up the store anyways. Was on. So
Yep.
That's what I say.
We can make it work. But yeah,
Yep, definitely.
Back to the show.
I say we go and at least shoot Thursday, Friday, Saturday, because it gets over Saturday, so we can fly out even Saturday night. I think
that's
we'll
true.
make it happen.
Yeah, I would.
But no,
I'd get the heck out of there and head back to Dodge. Make it work. But
the PITA, that was a great shoot.
John, is there any sponsors we're missing?
Well, I think from a sponsorship standpoint, you guys called out our big sponsors there that have supported us through 2024. Coming up to 2025, we've got a couple of new people joining the ranks here. So Big Red Motorsports is coming on board.
All right, folks, we need to take a quick second and get to a new show sponsor, Big Red Motorsports. Big Red, they're personal friends of mine, Jason and George Lee, and they're also a personal sponsor of mine.
Now, I'll say this. Ricky looked great driving around in that side-by-side. I got some free rides down at Tucson, the Autumn Grand. I think it's awesome that they deliver all across the country, and obviously they love trap shooters, they love trap shooting, and they're doing a great job.
Listen, they got Can-Am, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Triton trailers. Hit them up. We'll take care of you guys. With that being said,
Let's get to the show.
So we're really excited to have them come on board. We've got the Cardinal Center with their two big shoots for the State Shoot and the Cardinal Classic coming on board. So that's really awesome.
All right, folks, we got to take a quick second and give a shout out to the Cardinal Center in Marengo, Ohio. They hold the Cardinal Classic, and they also hold the Ohio State Shoot, which is home of the first back fence shootout. Ricky, what do you think about Ohio?
listen, I love the Cardinal Center. I actually broke the first 100 from the 27 there at their very first shoot ever. Great place, Jake Spangler and their whole clan there. They do an awesome job at running the shoots. The Ohio State shoots ran by the Ohio State Association. The Cardinal Classics right after the Grand. So if you're looking for some more points right after the Grand, hit that up so you can get a little more points than old Zach here. But listen, it's a great shoot. Great facility.
It really is. I personally love the RVs. They've got great camping there. They've got a great time, good shoot, good target presentation. Go check it out. It's worth putting on your list. With that being said,
let's get back to the show.
And and then we have our sponsors who've been with us since the beginning. So yeah, it's definitely made possible by these sponsors who've been supporting the show and obviously supporting trap shooting.
They give us whatever they give us. We give it back to you guys. We use it to buy shirts. We use it to buy the store. We use it to do hot dog roasts. Our goal with any sponsorship dollars is how do we enhance the shooter's experience and how do we do giveaways?
Yep.
Because we know the more giveaways we get, the more people are going to listen to the show, and that's our purpose. So, we really try to give it all back as much as possible and support the shooters. So thank you so much for being there and giving us a great 2024 year season. And, we're going to catch you all next year. Trap Talk Nation, we're making it great again. And we're doing it right. So, wear your shirts and hats proud.
Hey, we'll catch you on December 20th. But no, in all seriousness, a shout out to Big Red Motorsport. Folks, if you need a side-by-side, hit me up. We can get you hooked up. They're delivering. The service there is great. Jason and George Lee, father, son. George is an All-American shooter. They're coming to all the shoots and everything. So look for the side-by-sides. I won't have mine in Florida.
George is a great shot, and he's learning a lot. And, obviously they're running a very successful practice with,
these carts, right? I mean, these buggies. So, I mean, I've seen Ricky's. It's pretty slick. He's got a spot for me on the passenger side.
Cool.
Most of the time I can ride in it, which is kind of nice. I mean, so
when Jody's
so
there, Zach and Tyler in the back.
that's fine. I mean, I'm used to getting kicked to the back. It's just part of the deal. I mean, just a young man's game, but that's okay. But we appreciate y'all, and if anybody wants to be a part of the show, there's still time to get on board with season 3. So just email John and let us know you're interested, and we'll we'll get you on the ballot for 2025, and hopefully promote your brand within trap shooting. So thank you so much, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks, folks. We really appreciate all the support, and have a happy, merry, joyful Christmas and New Year.
Agreed. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks.
With that being said, Trap Talk listeners, if you love everything about Trap Talk, please subscribe to our page. Also, throw some likes on the videos that you enjoy. It really means the world to us.
Yeah, comment on each episode. We read them. We respond to them.